Thanks for being with me today. I'm Lorenzo and I'm here to talk about TeamsMetrics and some of the questions that people have about how it works. So today we're going to see one of the things that sometimes are needed. That is, how can I track the full life cycle of a call? Why do we care about this? We care about this because TeamsMetrics historically was born in order to track activity on queues. And so when we receive a call, if it traverses multiple queues or virtual queues, we split it up as if they were different queues, different calls for each of these entities. Why do we do this? We do this because if you are responsible, so you are the team leader for a queue, what you care about is what happened on your queue, not what happened before or after you finished processing the call. So that's why the point of view of TeamsMetrics usually is related to a specific queue or a specific virtual queue, like a voicemail or whatnot. Still, it is common that you want to see, for example, a call that comes in, goes to a queue, and then is transferred, for example, to voicemail or is transferred to somebody else within the organization. This usually is seen as two separate things, but it's also possible to see them together. But let's start from some data and see how this can be actually achieved. So let's start from some data. We have a look at some lost calls, and what we see here is that there is a lost call that started at 9:10 this morning. For this number that ended in 0650, we look at it and see it was lost after about 3 minutes. That is in the end the timeout for the specific call we were working on. What we see is that TeamsMetrics adds some variables that tell us that this is the stint 1 out of 2. So this means that the physical call was split up as 2 different queue traversals, and the next one is called voicemail. So this means that this call went to voicemail. How can we see the other part of the call that we're missing here? That's very easy. The easiest way would be to simply remove our queue here and just run a report for voicemail for the same time period, so we would be able to see the call that went to voicemail. But we can do better. So we start by adding voicemail to this report. Okay. You can have a look at the number of calls. When we apply, it goes up because now there is more things in it. At this point, we have a lot of calls and it will not be, we should go through them manually. So it's not maybe what we want to do now. What we want to do is to add a filter. So we filter by caller ID. Remember something about the number that was it ended in 0650. If I remember it correctly, we add a filter. Okay, we apply and we see that now we have 6 calls. We are looking at lost calls. We can still see our original call, that is the one from 9:10. But if we look at the taken calls, because voicemails are taken calls, we see that there is a voicemail for 9:13 that matches for the same number, that matches the same information. So we look at it, we can see that this is on voicemail. For the voicemail of this Ethan Walker, it says that this is the second stint out of 2, and the previous stint was on Mitchell Corporation. If we want to be 100% sure, we can look at the unique ID that will be the same between multiple stints. But we can do better and see now everything together. So we go here, select one of the properties and switch on what we call multi-stint mode. Multi-stint mode joins together the same call as if it was answered on the last queue or virtual queue that it traversed. So our call will be seen as one entity and as answered. So we're going to see now in the taken details. In fact, this call that was the loss from 9:10 now is answered at 9:10. Is answered. Is an answered call that started at 9:10 for the same number. And if we go look at what happened to this call, we can see that the call was first on Mitchell, and then said next sync voicemail. We go outside, went out with the timeout. Then it was connected to voicemail for Ethan Walker, and has information for the second stint, where we can see that the previous stint was for support Mitchell. If a call, in this case, the call has only two stints, so the first one has a next stint and the second one has a previous stint, but if it had a 3, 4, 5, whatnot, you would see them all, and you would, a stint could have both previous and next information if it's, let's say, in the middle. This way, you can have a complete picture of what happened in a very few seconds. I hope that this answered your questions and was useful. So it was interesting, at least. So I hope that you will try this at home by setting up a free trial of TeamsMetrics that can be gotten from our website with no strings attached. And you can, because we strongly believe that if you see things running in your own data, you're going to assess clearly whether this is useful for you or not. So feel free to contact us, and see you the next time. Bye.